Spider here, welcome back. It's Friday, and the dev has dropped a new update. 9.6 is live. So with that, let's go ahead and get into the patch notes real quick, see what the changes are, and then we'll jump in game and check them out. Because there's one or two that I really want to take a look at. Alright, so starting from the top with version 9.6, it's now live on all branches. Please report any bugs to the bug report section here on Steam. When possible, please form one thread for each bug versus multiple threads. If you haven't already, don't forget to join the Discord. You can catch people like me and KJ Gaming and various other content creators and the dev himself. Alright, so the new content for today, we have added the oil pump. Power required is 150. When an oil pump is constructed and has power, it will fuel available mineral extractors. Recipe is 50 iron ingots, 20 steel ingots, 20 mechanical parts, 20 electrical parts. So as you see here, it's just like a single little oil extractor that you would see, say, like on a farm or something in the Midwest and in the South, in the United States anyways. So this supposedly will fill all of our mineral extractors. I have not built one yet. I've not tested it. I don't know the distance on it yet. So we'll check that out in game and see if we can figure out what's going on with it. He's added iron spike trap. Spike trap upgrade, 500 durability, 0 chance of being destroyed in one hit like the regular spike trap. Can be repaired using iron fragments. That's good. That gives us a use with iron fragments. I've got about a couple thousand of those saved up. Recipe to make these is going to be 20 iron fragments. Well, it's a good thing I've got a bunch of those ready to go. Here's a picture of that if anybody's interested in that. Moving on, we also now have potato paste. Consume potato paste to remedy sunburns and will increase your sun resistance by 25. Now this is important, guys. You need to pay attention to this. Alright, so the recipe for this is going to be 1 clay bowl and 1 potato. New vital stat. Sun resistance and sunburn. When out in the sun, your sun resistance will slowly decrease. Once at 0, your thirst depletion rate will be increased by 3. You can avoid sun exposure and replenish your sun resistance by taking cover in the shade or inside your base. If both your sun resistance and thirst hit 0, you will develop a sunburn. Sunburns will slowly reduce your health if not treated. Craft and use potato paste to remedy sunburns. Any shadowed area, such as behind a tree, is considered to be shaded. If a day is cool, sun resistance will reduce at a slower pace. Days that are dark, cloudy, or below freezing will not reduce sun resistance. Thirst depletion rate increased by 3 when your sun resistance is at 0. The sun is considered less strong in the evenings and early mornings, so the depletion rate is reduced. Alright, so we have a new icon now. It's going to be this little sun. And as you can see here, sun resistance has been added to our category of various elements and things that we have to take care of, our stats. And in case anybody's missed the last updates, health and stamina can go up to 300 now. You can increase thirst and your other like vitamins and stuff up to 200. You have to make specialty foods for that, so we'll get into that too. Probably not in this episode, maybe the next. I'm working on some help videos for those right now. Other additions and changes, we have the stone grinder. Each stone will now grind into 10 sand and 2 iron fragments instead of 20 sand and 3 fragments. Changed how dropping and spawning of items are handled. Items will drop at the player's feet instead of at random distance in front of the player. This will solve the issue of items spawning on the other side of walls or landscape. The same applies for objects that spawn items, such as boulders. If a player's thirst is 0, your stamina will now be reduced to 0. So guys, if you're sunburned and you're losing thirst and you get to 0, you're going to lose all your stamina, you won't be able to run and stuff. You will not be taking health damage though. Change player warning icons, bottom left of screen when a player is injured or hungry, will now flash. Many were not noticing the icons, and hopefully this should help catch the eyes. Added sound effect when hungry, stomach will gurgle. Sound effect when thirsty, breathing/sigh. Sound effect when energy is low, tired/yawn. Sound effect when heat resistance is low, breathing/sigh. Bug fixes. There are additional instances where the log cart would end up under the landscape or in large boulders, resulting in players losing sight of it. So he's still working on the few bugs that are left on the log cart, so that's going to be nice. Alright, so now that we've checked out the notes, we've seen the new photos of everything. I do like the iron spike traps. Those are going to be really nice. I know I've seen a lot of people in Discord talking about how theirs keep breaking and don't seem to be doing enough. And of course, this is going to make life great. We're going to see if this will fuel all 50 of our iron extractors. I need to swap those off of stone and back to iron though. Otherwise, we're going to have so much stone, I'm just going to chunk it all. But besides that, 9.6 sounds pretty interesting, so we're going to go ahead and get out of this and get back in the game. Let me turn this off real quick, 1 second. And then the game should come back to life. Alright, so what we're going to do here, we're going to go ahead and make up some steel. If you don't know how to make steel, you need to have lead ore and iron ore, and you need to make steel alloy. So to do that, you're going to need the anvil, you're going to need 1 lead ore, you're going to need 1 iron ore, and we need 20 of these ingots. So we're going to make those up really fast. And you can just do an alt right click for anybody who's new and just joining us. And that'll move 1 item at a time over to your crafting station, or into a chest if you're moving stuff into and out of a chest. The forges are currently on fire and burning, but that's because we're making glass, because we've got a big build project going on upstairs. We're going to glass in all of our greenhouses. Alright, so we've got 20 of those now. Let's go ahead and get them smelting. And again, you can just alt right click. Alright, we're going to let those forge up. Let's see, we're going to need 20 iron as well. So if you remember my previous videos, 1 row is 10 in the chest. So we'll go ahead and grab 2 stacks of this. We don't really need it, we've got plenty over here, but might as well go ahead and smelt it so we don't take from the shelves. Alright, so we've got our 20 iron going, we've got our 20 steel going. Let's head down here, let's lay out one of these. I do currently have foliage off. I know some people get upset about that. I don't like it off because it looks better with it on. However, I'm still having some issues with my graphics card and recording, so I don't really have much choice. I have to cut GPU usage where I can. Alright, so where is this new item? I'd assume placeables and others. Yep, there she is. Oil pump. So 20 mechanical, 20 electrical. Oh, we need 50 iron. Might go get some more of that cooking. So we'll just set this bad boy. I don't really want it over here. I feel like it's gonna be in the way of the village. But I guess it'll be okay for now. So let's go ahead and get some more iron going really quick, and then we're gonna head over to our other crafting station, to the advanced workbench, and we will make up some electrical parts and mechanical parts. All right, let's grab this chest. And we'll just throw it here. So we need 30 more of these, so we'll just grab 3 stacks. Or 3 rows, rather. Alright, so there's the 50 iron we're going to need. And the steel's already made. We do need more iron for making mechanical parts. So let's go ahead and smelt these so we can get an empty chest. And we should have some iron across over in the other forge room. So for now, we're just going to grab some copper and cobalt, because we need those to make our electrical parts. Let's see, how many of those? So we're going to need to make 20 of each. So we're going to need 20 copper and 20 cobalt. So we'll grab 1 more copper. It's copper. Where are you at? I know I've got another shelf of you somewhere. Oh, my ceiling's too low. And then we need to grab some of this cobalt. Let's just grab the shelf that's full. Make life easy. Alright, so we should be good on our electrical parts. Let's go ahead and head that way. And again, for anybody who's new, if you want to pick up your chest and move them, you just press N as in November, and you can grab it and run with it. So we're going to head down here to the village. We're going to head down to the smithy shop that I've built down here. So I've built an entire village. I've got the big church over there. Let's see, let's set this down here, open the doors. And then let's check out our plastic supply. Let's see, plastic, nothing's labeled. We have 9 pieces of plastic and 1 mechanical part. Alright, so we need 20 of those, so we need 19 more iron. So it looks like I actually used up all the iron here. So let's go grab 20 iron, and then we need to make plastic too. So we need to grab some oil on the way back. So for anybody who doesn't know, we need to make oil. I haven't made oil in a while. So let's go over here. Can we bulk craft oil yet? No. Alright, not oil, but plastic. Yeah, we can. Okay, so for bulk crafting plastic, we can make 5 at a time. It takes 15 oil cans. So we need enough to make 20. So we'll grab 30 oil and use that with bark chips to make our plastic. We have plenty of that because we're already running, what, 7 or so of these. I just got some weird status element. I don't know what happened there. So let's grab, I said 30. I should drop that cobalt off. I don't know what I'm thinking. Yeah, I said 30. Are we freezing or something? What is going on? Yeah, we might be freezing. Alright, so do I have an empty chest left somewhere? Probably not. Now you got some electrical parts in you. We can take you. We will grab the electrical parts because they don't weigh much. And then let's grab a stack of iron. Actually, let's grab 2 stacks of iron because we're going to need it to make our mechanical parts. And then we're off. So I need to build another advanced workbench, probably in the craft house over here, but we'll get to that eventually. For now, we'll just make the trip. It's not that far. It's not that bad. We'll set this over here, stack them up together, and then let's see, how many bark chips do we need? We will need 25 bark chips. So I've got a stash of those over here. So we need 25, so let's grab 50. Alright, so also again for the new people, if you want to split a stack, just hold down the shift key, drag and drop, and then you can use the slider to split like a large stack. Because if you right click on a large stack, it'll only move 1 item at a time. Alright, so we need to make our plastic now. I believe it's going to be made on the advanced workbench, so let's go ahead and do 25 of these and 15 of these. Okay, obviously I'm wrong then. Oh, chemistry table, I bet. My bad. Alright, chemistry table. 25 and 15. Thank you. 25 and 15. I didn't get enough, did I? No, because I need 1 more. Alright, I think we have a little bit of stuff hidden away in here somewhere. Oh, there's some oil right there. We are definitely suffering from something. We are currently freezing. That's fine, we've got 300 hit points, we'll live. And let's just grab all of these. Oop, don't need the plastic. I do not remember the recipe for 1 at a time. Let's see, others and plastic. Where are you at? Resources, I guess. There we go. All right, 3 Earl and 5 Bart. Alright, so with these 5 we already have, that's probably gonna be plenty. Let's go ahead and make some stuff up. So we've got plastic, and we can get rid of these bark chips. Let's just stash them in here for now. We can grab this. That'll give us another full stack. There, that's plenty of plastic actually. Stash that in there. And we will craft. See, we need to get... Let's go ahead and grab some copper. Alright, so then to make your electrical parts, it's just going to be 1 for 1. So 1 cobalt, or 1 copper, 1 cobalt, 1 piece of plastic. And we've got electrical. And we need 20 of these. Go ahead and make all that we have. Never hurts to have extra. We need to make some more power too, because 150 power is not cheap. But for such a nice luxury item, I don't mind paying the price. Because then we can turn off some of our oil extractors. So it's no big deal. We can turn them off until we're ready. Because I want to build some more. Like, I'm going to need to build 4 of the oil pumps, so that I can put them on all of my remote sites. Because I'm sure I feel like there's going to be a distance limitation. Alright, so that's 25 electrical. I'll throw that in here. Let's go ahead and grab these and we'll make our mechanical parts. And it's just going to be 1 iron ingot on the advanced workbench. I do like the new sound effects. It's nice to be notified with some kind of audio that something's going on. Alright, so there's our mechanical parts that we need. We're going to grab 5 of these and just leave over here. Because we don't need those. Alright, looking good, looking good. Almost there. Everything should be smelted upstairs too, so we can go ahead and get those, and we'll get this built out and we'll see what's going on with it. Alright, so first I want to run through these. We need to turn off the extract stone only, because I've got plenty of stone. I've made over 1,000 glass for our building, for our greenhouse. So I've actually got a little too much stone. And we'll probably go ahead and cut this out. Y'all don't need to sit here and watch me turn all of these off. But if you didn't know, if you want just stone, all you have to do is hit that check mark and you will get tons of stone. It's like 1 stone every minute. So if you need fragments, you need sand, that's the quickest way to do it. And again, fragments will be used for your spike traps. Quick way to get iron. And the sand you can use to make glass. Alright guys, so we're back. Let's go ahead and get started. We're going to go ahead and put our mechanical and electrical parts on. I'm assuming because this is placeable, we can move it around. So we're going to hope for the best with that. And then we need to grab our iron and steel. So we're going to take our crate, because with it we can carry 20 extra ingots, and then we'll get as many as we can in our inventory and build this out as fast as we can. Let's go ahead and grab our steel, that beautiful shiny metal. It's not aluminum, but it's close enough. So we'll put that in the chest, and then we'll grab as much iron as we can carry. Right, what are we at? We're at 67.1, so we'll say 68, so 70, 72, 74. That's as much as we can carry. And let's head back to our creation. Alright, that's our iron. Let's add our steel to it. And then we need to get 17 more iron ingots and we will be good to go. Let's just throw this chest here because it's empty. All these are full of iron. All these are full of iron. So, doing good. Alright, we need 10 more. Let's go ahead and jump over here. We'll just grab them off the shelf. Let's see. It's a good looking shelf. We'll take them from there. One row on the shelf is 5, so it's a quick count. Just take 2 rows. And we should be good to go. Alright, look at that big, beautiful beast work. Alright, can we turn you on and off? We hit E to use oil pump, N to move. Okay, so we can turn it on and off as we want to. Now let's check this out. So we're currently... Okay, so when we turn it on, there's no... You can't add oil to your extractors. So let's see if we turn it off if we can add oil. Okay, so if it's on, we can't add anything. And if it's off, we can add. So let's see if it's feeding everything. Is it close enough to feed the farthest ones away? Sounds like it. Yep, these are all running. Alright, so I don't know how far away we are, but the big contraption is over there. So it's running all 50 of my iron extractors right now, so that's... Obviously there's no limitation, it seems like, on how many mineral extractors it can feed. That's good to know. And then I'll have to test out and, I don't know, set some foundations, and we'll see if there's a well, we can actually kind of test that right now. Let's run over here to our cobalt, and I'll cut this out. I'm going to run over to my cobalt, which is located right here, and we're going to see if those are up and running. So I'll be back in just a second. Alright guys, and we're back. So we're over here at my cobalt, which, like I said, so our oil extractor is right here, or the oil pump, and the cobalt's here. And as you can see, we are currently fueled up and ready to go. So our stuff can run 24/7 now. We don't have to haul oil back and forth anymore. Now we're going to go check one more site that's farther away. So my farthest site from here to get resources is, let's see, so this is my aluminum site, and then this is my copper site. And from what I can tell, these two are about equal distance. I think aluminum's a little bit further away. So we're going to head down to the aluminum site, but I'm going to grab my cart and stuff first, and I'll turn the recording back on, or I'll edit out and cut it out, but we're going to run down there. Like I said, we're going to go from here to here, but I'm going to grab 2 chests before I do that, just so I can grab the aluminum while I'm there and clean out those extractors. Like, I guess I can clean these out. So when I clean out my extractors, what I normally do is I just throw, like my remote ones, I throw all the coal away, I throw all the stone out, and I just keep the ore. But we're going to chunk these, that way when we come to get some cobalt in a minute for other builds, we'll be good to go. And because there's just no point in saving this and hauling it back, because if you run, I run 6 mineral extractors on the remote sites, and that is usually enough to fill up 2 chests and max out my weight for carrying. If there's a little bit left, I'll grab some coal just for the furnaces or the forges. But typically I don't have enough to carry everything back. So I feel like 6 to 8 is the max you want to have remotely when you're hauling everything back, even using the log cart. So like I said, I'll see you guys in a minute, and we will be over at the aluminum site to give it a look over. Alright guys, so we are over here at the aluminum extraction site, and as you can see, I've gone ahead and thrown everything on the ground. I went ahead and grabbed all the aluminum, but as you can see here, the oil pump is feeding these as well. So I don't think there's a distance limitation, and like I said, I have 6 of these running, and even with all the excess coal and stone, we still have tons of aluminum. We have 2 chests full of aluminum, and we are currently sitting at 60 pounds. So like I said, 6 of these on your remote sites, that's going to be about the max you want. 7 will definitely hit the max weight. Then you're going to want to build some chests and stuff to store your extra stuff. Like I keep extra oil and stuff near my stuff from the previous updates. I have a lot of remote bases too I built for raiding villages, or at least started. This is probably the weakest one. Most of them all have a house and a way to get warm. We're currently sitting at about half hit points, so we're going to hightail it back across the map and grab us some cucumbers and heal up. And on this save, I do have my original main base, which is located up here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here to this site. This is my, let me think, this is aluminum, this is copper, this is my cobalt site for this base. So I'm actually going to go up here and see if the oil extractor here is actually feeding this distance. If it's feeding here, then it covers the entire map. So I'm going to go up there and I'll see you guys in just a second. Alright guys, so a quick note before we run across the map, you're going to want to make sure that you have food on you. And the reason for this, make sure you have some meat and your large flask. And I would personally, I'd bring melons. They give you thirst back and they will also recharge your energy. At this other base, I have not finished the greenhouse yet because it was my original base before I built the village. And in wintertime, if you haven't caught the latest patch notes, you no longer get vegetables. So you're just on your own. So you can get meat, you can get water from the snow. So if anybody doesn't know that, you can look at the snow, press I to go to your inventory, and then you'll see where it says add snow. You can just drag your flask or your canteen over that, and it'll give you snow. Then just go put that on the campfire, cook it up. We already have clean water, so we're just going to leave with what we currently have. And like I said, we're going to head all the way to here and see if our extractor, or see if the oil pump is feeding these extractors. Just to check, we're trying to check the distance limitation, because obviously I'm not going to build foundations out to check the exact distance. I believe it's the full map right now. I'm sure that'll probably change eventually to cover, like, I don't know, I would think like 20-25 foundation tiles. But this distance right here, that's an insane distance right now for covering it. But it's a super huge update. This is really nice. It's going to make it so much easier to get ore. But with that said, let's go ahead and travel across the map. I'm going to teleport there through the magic of editing, and I will see y'all when I get there. Alright, so we made it across the map. We are now way over here. So my first main base on this main save, where the village is built, the village is here again. It's on this little peninsula over by the crocodiles. And we started here on this save, and that's where I started my first tutorial and how-to videos. And we are currently standing right here next to my first cobalt extractors. And they are currently being fueled by the fuel pump. So from what I can tell, the fuel pump does not have a distance limitation. You can go as far as you want across the map, and just like power, it will carry everywhere. So for anybody who's new and doesn't know, power, there's no distance limitation, there's no limit on how far it carries, or you can put wind turbines wherever you want to, solar panels wherever you want, and they will produce X amount of power, X amount of distance. It looks like the same thing goes for the fuel pump. The only thing that has a limit, as far as I know, that provides any type of resource or something that you need all the time is the water house, and the limit on that is 24.5 foundations. So those you do have to build multiples of, but everything else you're good to go on. So that's good to know. So we only need to build one of those for now. I'm sure that's going to change later. The dev's already stated he will update power and make it more limited to where you can build it and as far as it goes. When that will happen, I don't know. Maybe after he comes out the storyline, which should be somewhere between 10 to 14 update. So we might see that coming out soon. I hope so. He has hinted at it, so I believe it's in the works on his test build. But beyond that, the only details I have is it's going to be between 10 and 14. So now all we have left to do after testing the distance on the oil pump is to head back over here. We're going to grab some aluminum from my aluminum on this side just because we need a lot of that. We need to increase power a little bit. And so we'll grab this aluminum, haul it back over here to the main village. And then we'll test out the new sun resistance on the potato stuff. But for that to happen, we need to go from winter back to summer, because I have yet to take any type of sunburn or lose any sun resistance while it's been wintertime. So we're just going to magic ourselves back over there. Well, real quick, what we can do is we'll run back over to my first base, or not my first base, this is like my 5th base, but the first base on I don't want to say the most recent updates. So this base I built before we had the water house. Before, I'm trying to think of like we just got wind turbines, the water house, and the greenhouse. Those were all brand new items when I built this base. Let me open the map because we all know that I cannot run in a straight line. But this is probably one of my first 5 bases. So as you can see here, we're coming up here. I've built a wall all the way around it. Spike traps did not exist when I built this. Foundations had a limit. As you can see, we have foundations all the way around. We've got walls. We've got 4 towers on each corner. We have railings all the way across. We built a gate / entrance way. And then when wind turbines came out, we went ahead and built these here. You can check that out on my, let's see what videos. I think it's my power level is over 5,000 video. So these were my first wind turbines I ever built. While trying to wait for the weather to change, we went ahead and built a greenhouse. Like I just built this between the last time I told you I'd be right back. And then we built a water house right here. We have a dock off the back going straight into a pond. And like I said, we have the 4 towers. So this is one of my first experimental builds when stuff was going on and changing constantly. I had planned on taking interior walls all the way across. I might still do that, but I haven't gotten to it because I was building the village. I would like to add lights to my towers and put them in the center here. But as you can see, it's a nice little base. It looks good. This is probably more or less what most people have. Well, of course, I mean, this is the way to build a wall in my opinion. So you make your wall with actual building foundations and then just add, now that we have the new iron spike traps, I would just add 1 spike trap all the way around. Make those iron. If you want, maybe don't put this wall in. Or put this wall in, build everything, and then destroy this wall, and that stuff will float above it. And then just have your spike traps here. Then you can just shoot from this little causeway right here. Or you can shoot down from up there. It's up to you. Just my opinion on looks. And now that we have the new stairs, or the wooden ramps, that can go to any height, you could actually fix this little dock area I have here. We could put a foundation here. And then add stairs right here and there. And that would give us like an easy way to walk. But again, that did not exist back when I built this base. And as you see, I've started lights on some of these towers. This was the original main base. And I can prove that just by coming over here. And you can see, back then, like I said, we didn't have greenhouses. So we just put our plant beds outside and let them grow. And then he added winter and all the different effects. So when he did that, then we moved everything inside. So then we put plant beds inside to, for our winter vegetation. And these are some of my first shelves. And we didn't even have the new forges then. So these forges are the originals. And then he came out with the other ones. But by the time he came out with the other ones, I'd already started building across the map at the village. So there's not one here yet. The sink's the new addition. The stove existed. The fridge existed. The anvil, that's new. I just built that like 5 minutes ago, so we could finish the greenhouse and the water house. But originally, this is what we had. We didn't have iron tools, so you used to have axes and stone hammers, and the only iron tool here is the upgrade tool. So this is way back in the day. But with that said, we're gonna go back across the map where we have the main greenhouses and the big village, and then we'll test out the sun and everything. I'll make sure the weather changes. We're currently in February of winter on day 301. So by the time I get back across the map, I think it should be getting into spring, and then we can see what the sun resistance and the, I don't know, I'm gonna call it sunscreen or the potato paste. We'll see what that's about, and I'll see you guys in just a second. Alright, so on the way back to the main village, we got attacked by a wolf. I was out of stamina, couldn't get away, and he hit us. So if we look at our icons in the lower left, that's part of the new update. You can see that they're now flashing, so we are currently infected. We are bleeding, and we are freezing. So, for anybody who's new and does not know how to fix this, when you're bleeding, it is the plus sign surrounded by white. So we will add a bandage to those. The infected sign is this red little glob looking thing. We will add a medicated bandage to that. Drag it over and drop it down. And for the freezing damage, we will just freeze and take damage over time until we get near a heat source like a forge or a heater. Alright, so we pick that up. We're gonna have to drop some stuff. Let's get rid of this fat. And we're still too heavy. Let's drop some meat. Alright, we are currently maxed out because we're hauling back some copper and aluminum. So, like I said, we're currently here, coming from the main, or not from the main, but from the original main save over to the actual main save where the village is at, and I will see you when we get across the map. Right, and we've made it back to our main base, or the village. We will now grab some potatoes and see about making this sunburn cream. So it says it needs 1 potato and 1 clay bowl. So we'll grab, I'm curious if we can go above 125. It says you can get 25 per use of it, so we'll see, let's see what we can do with that. So I've already got bowls made. They're on the, in the village itself, over in what I call my kitchen. So we're going to check that out first and see how high we can go. Now, I didn't see a recipe for it added yet in the Itempedia. Maybe I'm just missing it. But yeah, let's go over here and check it out. What are we hurting for? We're getting thirsty. Hold on a second. Let's grab some melons. Alright, so if anybody didn't know, if you don't want to sleep in the game and lose time, you can just eat actual melons and they will give you tons of energy. Watermelons will give you tons of water. And cucumbers will heal you up. So let's go ahead and eat. Let's do our watermelon first. We're not terrible on meat or protein, so we'll just eat these. And as you can see, you get a significant increase in energy. So let's grab these. Watermelons give you tons of water. Not that we need water. We've got sinks everywhere. Every house has a sink, so, and all the sinks here work. And we're stuck behind the door. Alright, so our clay bowls are located. I thought I left them right here. Let's see. What happened? Where are my bowls? I swear I left the chest full of them right here. So if they're not here, did I put them inside the bedroom? I don't think so. Huh. Where would I have put those? There should have been like 3 more chests right here. That is weird. It's not a big deal. I can make some more. It's just I already had quite the large collection. Forgive me while I spam through all this. Alright, fat healing. Yeah, I think I just lost some chests somehow, some way. Because I'm pretty sure I left them. Oh my god. If I don't quit doing that. Yeah, so all of my main chests, none of them have bowls in them. Alright, whatever. We'll find it. Let's grab an empty chest. And we will make some more. Which, I don't even know how to do anymore. Let's see. Maybe I didn't save after I made them. Alright, so we'll do placeables, storage. It's going to be 8 planks. We'll set that bad boy right here. And we'll grab some off of here. But I'm really positive I made a ton of them and put them in here for later. Alright, so to make clay bowls, we need to go to Itempedia, food and drinks. Or is it not food and drinks? Others? There we go. So we need 3 clay per bowl. So let's go grab some clay. We have plenty. All these are full of clay. So let's grab 30. That'll make us 10. And I should have paid attention. Where do we make these on ourselves, or do we put them on the workbench? Workbench, okay. I'm just gonna do an alt right click and we will make all these up. Or so I say. So you can't you cannot rapidly click and place stuff like this. There is a slight delay when you do an alt right click. And don't worry about your potatoes, they last like 4 hours or something crazy. It's really hard to make them go bad. Alright, so now we have our bowls and our potatoes. Let's see, can we craft them on ourselves? We cannot. I would assume on the food prep table. So let's try that. So potato and a bowl. And still cannot do that. Am I missing something? Let's see here. Alright, bulk items, no, others. There we go. Crafted on the workbench. Okay, so to make potato paste, we have to do that on the workbench. So, which makes sense because it's going to be one of the early items you want. Alright, so 1 potato, 1 bowl, and craft. Takes up a lot of space. Let's see how big of a stack we can make. First, we're going to grab some cucumbers and go ahead and heal up, because we're getting kind of low on hit points. We do have 300 total, but I don't want to die. Do not want to die. Every time you die, you lose 5 hit points to your max for a minimum of 50. It's the cheapest and fastest way to heal back up to max. You can make med kits, they give 100 hit points per, but they do cost a lot. So if you look at my previous videos and you make like a defensive place to fight Vambies, which is what I do have the Vambi moons, or the blood moons, whatever you want to call them, swarm knights. I have those. I'm at max, and to fight those, I've got a little fighting zone across the map. That way they don't wreck my main build. And I tell people all the time, hey, you want to build something away from your main base and fight them there so they don't destroy everything. I think the dev said he fixed all that. They should not destroy your chest and like solar panels and everything else, but originally they would destroy everything. Right, so we just need some more potatoes. I feel like animal fat would be like the better way to do this though. I mean, we have to kill animals early on to get meat, so we'll use their fat because that has oil and stuff in it. I don't really get the potato part. I mean, I'm not a chemist, but as far as I know, you'd use animal fat just because it has oil, or it makes oil. Alright, and then we've got the workbench downstairs. We might need some more bowls to figure out how big of a stack we can make. Now we're at 10, so let's go. Let's grab some clay. I might have some here. Let's see. Nope. Alright, so we'll grab some more clay. I'm thinking 10 is going to be the max stack. We'll find out in a second. So in this video, we're going to cover all the, like everything, every question you could possibly ask about 9.6. What's the biggest stack you can make? What's the highest amount you can get to on sun resistance? What's the distance limitation on the oil pump? All those good things. Alright, so we're at 20 in a stack so far. Let's go, I don't know, let's grab like, you know what, let's take a whole chest with us. Where's a full chest? Here we go. No, there should be a full chest too. So we're going to take this whole chest over here where we're growing the potatoes, and we're going to find out just how big of a stack we can make. I mean, it's nice that we have a large stack. Like 20 I feel like super high. But he likes to do that. So he'll start us off, make it easy on us, and then he'll increase it as we go. How much do these things weigh too? Let's see. 0.4 pounds per potato paste. If you're smart, you've got a greenhouse and you just replant as you go. And you've got a water house nearby which will water everything for you, so you don't have to carry it back and forth. Again, plants do not grow in the wintertime, so you cannot just, you know, run about and hope to find it. Oh wow, very impressive. So we can hold up to all of this. Is there like a limit? Alright, so it does not go bad, and we can stack up to what seems like a ton of it. Like, it might be at this rate it might be a few videos before I figure out how high we can go, because I have to wait for everything to repopulate. Alright, so we're just moving on up. Okay, 25 is the stack limit. Alright, so let's test out. So we've got 5 on the spare side. Let's get out of the workbench. Alright, so if you look down the lower right, you can see that we're currently at 100 sun resistance. Let's see how high we can go. So we used 1. And we're at 100. Alright, so it looks like 100 is the highest you can go. So I guess once you start taking sun resistance damage, one of those will give you back 25. So don't use one until you're, you know, at 75 or lower. And that's going to be the new update, guys. That should cover everything. If anybody needs any help, has any more questions, just leave those in the comments below. As always, be sure to like, subscribe, and let me know if I can help in any way, or if there's a video you'd like to see, a build you'd like to see, because I'm all about building big buildings, as you can see here. We're currently working on this one. We did finish out the church build, if you haven't seen that yet. It looks pretty good. And then on this one, we're going to glass in the greenhouse. So this entire floor here is going to be glass all the way around, and then we're going to make this layer glass, and then we're going to build out the top floor here. Let me go ahead and head this way. So as you can see here, we're going to build out this as a floor, and then we're going to wall it in. I think we're just going to make it 1 high, and if we want to go any higher, we'll just build glass towers off the off these little towers here. But I think I'm just going to take it 1 high. That's going to be it for this, because this is the craft house. And we'll build like a, I don't know, bedroom, kitchen, everything else, a little house up here. And call it the glass house, or the bird cage. Or the craft house. I haven't decided yet. Y'all can let me know in the comments what you think. And then we will get back to work on the castle that I've been working on for quite a while. So I hope this video helps you out. Hope you like it. Let me know again. And I will catch you on the next video.